Hello, my dear students. I am here again with a new topic on punctuation marks. In this topic, we will learn where to use punctuation marks and how to use. What is the role of punctuation marks in our writing and speaking? So, first of all, what are punctuation marks? Punctuation marks are the marks by which we get the knowledge of type of a sentence, sense of a sentence, and where to pause and stops in writing and speaking. These marks put an impact in our tone and style. Three examples given here, and through these examples we will learn it. You have to notice the changes in my tone or voice. Example number 1, I will go to school. Example number 2, will I go to school? Example number 3, I will go to school. So you can notice the changes in my tone, and these changes are there due to the uses of different punctuation marks in different situation. In the example number 1, the sentence is finished. In the penultimate example, the speaker is asking a question, and in the last example, the speaker's tone is changed. It is a surprising tone. So this is the role of punctuation in our speaking and writing. The meaning of a sentence is depend on these marks. Let's take some more example. Example number 1, let's eat dad. I'm saying let's eat dad. Example number 2, let's eat dad. Example number 3, Apple will announce its iPhone soon. And example number 4, Apple will announce its iPhone soon. So students, example number 1, let's eat dad, it is a wrong example because we have to use punctuation marks here, but in the first example there is no use of any punctuation mark. But in the second example you can see that let's, because let's is the use of apostrophe, because let's is the contraction form of letters, and you can see a comma, use of comma after eat. So we have to pause here. Let's eat dad, not let's eat dad. In the same way, Apple will announce its iPhone soon. This one is correct, and Apple will announce its iPhone soon. This one is wrong. So students, now we move forward to see the uses of punctuation mark and to know the types of punctuation marks. So types of punctuation marks. Number 1, question mark. Question mark, you are very well aware of this punctuation mark, where to use it. It is very simple, it is very easy. This mark is used at the end of interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences means where we ask any question or any interrogative words like what, who, where is used in any sentence. Example number 1, what is Mohan doing? Interrogative mark is used at the end of the sentence. Do you love your mom? Again, interrogative mark is used at the end of the sentence. And who are you? So this is the use of question mark. If we will not use question mark at the end of the interrogative sentence, at the end of any interrogative sentence, so the sentence will be wrong and you will get 0 mark there. Number 2, exclamation marks. This mark is used to express sudden feeling as well as in optative sentence. What are optative sentences? To express a prayer, wish and blessings. And you can see here, and in optative sentence these sentences start with may or wish, and you can see here these are the exclamation words: wow, well done, awesome, really, thank god, hooray, oh, alas. Examples: alas, I lost my book. So this is my sudden feeling of sorrow. And you can see here after alas, exclamation marks is used. Hooray, we have won the match, feeling of happiness. Oh, God saved my pet dog, feeling of surprise. Here, may you live long. So this is optative sentence to express a prayer, wish and blessing. So this is blessing, okay, may you live long, and you can see at the end of this sentence exclamation marks is used. May you have a bright future ahead. Again, operative sentence is there and the use of exclamation marks at the end of the sentence. And here, wish you a very successful married life. So this is the use of exclamation marks in speaking and writing. Next, full stop. So where to use full stop? End of a sentence, which is neither interrogative nor exclamatory. Or in abbreviations means short form of a group of words. So there we have to use full stop. For example, I am coming, sentence is finished, so we have to use full stop at the end of the sentence. Mohit is a good boy, sentence is finished, so we have to use full stop at the end of the sentence. In abbreviations means short form of a group of words. Examples: M dot means MP, member of parliament. So member of parliament, and the abbreviation of this word is MP. So we have to use full stop after M and after P. V dot arc, bachelor of architecture. E dot G dot, sometimes we write this word but we don't know the meaning, the full form of this word. The full form of this word is exempli gratia. Exempli gratia. So this is the abbreviation of exempli gratia. E dot G dot. I dot E dot. Id est, that is, and etc dot. The full form of etc, etc. What? Etc. This is the full form of etc. And here you can see some more examples. I can play many instruments. है ना? E dot G dot, guitar, sitar, piano, etc. For example, है ना? I can play only 3 instruments. I.e. means that is guitar, sitar and piano. So in this way we use full stop. Next is comma. Comma is used for a short pause in a sentence while speaking and writing, and through these examples we will learn it. Example number 1, Ram, come here. And if I don't use comma here, so my voice will be different, like Ram, come here, but it is wrong. So we have to put a comma. Ram, come here. Let's eat dad. If he comes, I will not come. Ram, my best friend, is his brother. So this is the role of comma. Next, quotation marks. Quotation marks, saying of someone can be written inside the quotation marks, or the exact words of a speaker are written inside these marks. For example, Ram said, comma, inverted comma, I am the best. So I am the best. These are the words of the speaker. And who is speaker in this sentence? Ram. So we have to put this these words inside the quotation marks. Ram said, I am the best. Manager said, so who is the speaker? Manager is the speaker. And the words of the speaker? Customer is very important. So we have to put the words of the speaker inside quotation marks. This is the use of quotation marks. Next is colon. Colon sometimes introduce a series list to describe some new information after a complete sentence. And look at the following examples. I met many people. I met many people. So here is the list of the people. Binita, Anjali, Kuldeep and Seema. So we have to put colon here. I have many things. Book, pen, vegetables and rice, etc. This is the use of colon. Semicolon. Semicolon connects two independent clauses or sentences together instead of using a coordinating conjunction. Semicolons between the two clauses or sentences indicate that the clauses are closely related. Semicolons can be replaced by the coordinating conjunction. So through these examples we will learn it. Example number 1, we do not need a car now, we want to sell it. Both are the clauses. See here, students, see here that there are two clauses in a single sentence here. First clause is we do not need a car now, and second clause is we want to sell it, and both clauses are independent. So we have to put semicolon after the completion of the first clause, or you can use and coordinating conjunction and here. Okay, we do not need a car now and we want to sell it, or we do not need a car now, semicolon, the mark of semicolon, we want to sell it. Example number 2, I do not want to visit, the mark of semicolon is used here, I go to play. And last one, we weep, semicolon, we laugh, semicolon, and we pass. So instead of using semicolon, you can use coordinating conjunction and here, है ना? So you have two options, whether you can use the mark of semicolon or coordinating conjunction and. So this is the use of colon and semicolon. Next is dash. A dash hints a brief break in thought or helps to add information to a sentence. A dash has no space before or after it. Example number 1, the man was running around the building. I couldn't see his face and disappeared down the alley. Example number 2, this house dash and very house on the street dash will be connected by this wire. So to add information to a sentence we use dash, and after a dash means after using dash there will be no space before and after using dash. Next is brackets. Brackets enclose the additional things in the quoted material. These additions are used for clarification of the words or phrases of the quoted materials. Example, it, the river, to enclose the additional thing. The additional thing is the river taught me all I ever knew about life. Example number 2, Yeats used to love her, Maud Gonne, and he wrote many poems about her. So Maud Gonne is additional thing, additional information in this sentence. So in this way we use bracket and dash. Next is apostrophe. The use of apostrophe is very important in our writing. And what is apostrophe? To express possession or relation. Example, Ram's book. You can say the book of Ram or Ram's book. Book's page, or you can say page of the book or book's page. Children's toys. So in this way we use apostrophe to express possession or relation between two things or two person. Or next use of apostrophe to make two words one or in contraction forms of words. if we want to get the contraction form of any word, like you can say is not, so the contraction form of is not is isn't, has not hasn't, I have ka I've, and has not hasn't. It is repeated, has not. And in my some more you can say do not, don't, did not, didn't, or would not, won't, should not, shouldn't. So you can make contraction forms by using apostrophe. Use of hyphen. Hyphen is smaller than dash. It combines words together to make compound nouns, adjectives, and compound numbers. Hyphens are also used with some suffixes and prefixes, such as like, wise, anti, and post, to make new adjectives. Through these examples, we will learn it. Anti-violent, anti-violent, dog-like, ability wise, 65. If you want to write 65, number 65 into English, so you have to put a hyphen between 60 and 5. 25, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, you have to put there hyphen. Landlord, after using a prefix, vice principal, so you have to put hyphen after vice. Sub inspector, you have to use hyphen again after sub. So this is the use of hyphen. So activity on punctuation marks. Use appropriate punctuation marks in the following sentences. Sentence number 1. We had a great time in France. The kids really enjoyed it. Now students, we have to use appropriate punctuation marks. And where we have to use? So we have to use punctuation mark. Okay, we had a great time in France. Dash. The kids really enjoyed it. Because the kids really enjoyed it, it is extra information. And to add information in a sentence, we use dash. Sentence number 2. Some people work best in the morning, others do better in the evening. So these are the two sentences. These are the two clauses in a single sentence. And when two clauses are used in a single sentence, so we have to use semicolon. Next, what are you doing next weekend? Very easy. It's very easy, students. It is very easy. We have to use interrogative mark at the end of the sentence. Next, it is a fine idea. Let us hope that it is going to work. Again, semicolon. Because these are the two clauses and both clauses are independent. Next, the girl's father sat in a corner. It is very easy. We have to use apostrophe mark in girls, the girl's father, because apostrophe marks means to express possession or relation. When I was a child, I could watch TV whenever I wanted to. Punctuate it. When I was a child. To separate words, to separate sentences, we use comma. So here you can use it. When I was a child, I could watch TV whenever I wanted to. I don't like this one bit, said Julia. I don't like this one bit, said Julia. Do you understand something? I don't like this one bit, said Julia, because Julia is the speaker and the words of the Julia are I don't like this one bit, and we have to put the speaker's word inside the quotation mark. Now it is your turn. Home assignment. You have to use appropriate punctuation marks in the following sentences. Okay, students. And last, I have tried my best again to teach you this topic, role of punctuation marks in writing and speaking. And if you have any doubt, any query regarding any portion of this video, so please don't forget to put your comment in the box. Your comments are welcomed. Thanks.